an open source project that you face every time, because obviously it's out there without any boundaries, without any permission. So yeah, I'm saying that in you know, in the follow-up of what you were saying. So yeah, I'm approving what you were saying.
Okay, yeah. All of this has a lot of details. How do you do that? Okay, how do you coordinate a big crowd of people to trade in this way? Well, in general, the solution to the first half of the problem is that each individual in this crowd should trade from their own account. Okay, so you trade from your Binance account, you trade from whatever exchange you use. So, and your keys of the account must be at your own device. Okay, so nobody can access the key to your exchange, so nobody can do anything without stealing the money, essentially. Okay, so you might receive signals or coordination activity from the crowd, but you are free to follow or not, and to follow to the extent you want. Okay, by configuring your code. Okay, so that's the first half of the problem. How you coordinate in a way that is counterpart to this. The second half, how do you coordinate in a censorship-resistant way? For that, we will need a kind of a peer-to-peer network run by the same community. Not a blockchain, because we don't actually need the properties of the blockchain. We don't need to store data in a way that is how do you say that we don't need to store data in a shared state between. We don't need that. Okay, we need a peer-to-peer network for the distribution of the signals for coordinating everyone, that is designed in a way to be censorship resistant, in the sense that any node can come into the network, any node can come out. People should be able to run this node from home, so they communicate between each other without relying necessarily on anything else. At least the idea is to rely the least possible on the third party. So when the day comes that this grows very big, then it's not easy to shut it down. Okay, so essentially that summarizes the vision and the thing that excites us about the project. Okay, if you were going to tell me, are you very excited because you can automate trading? My answer would be no. If you wake up every day to continue coding, you're going to do the best trading in both platforms? Probably no. I'm excited for the possibility of 500,000 people be trading together and breaking things out there, you know, and having some fun in the meantime, okay? And see what happens. If you remember what happened last year with Wall Street Bet. Are you familiar with Wall Street Bets? Wall Street Bet was these people that
one of the problems, I think 2 years ago, there was a problem,
Wall Street Bet were a big community of people on Reddit that they were sharing trading ideas and whatever, and they got very famous because one day they coordinated themselves to go and short the stock of a company in the US called GameStop. Okay? Yes. So because everybody short that company more or less at the same time, more or less is in the span of a week or maybe 2 weeks, it took people to coordinate. Then a lot of big players were losing a lot of money. Maybe, I don't know how much, $500 million or something like that. So the thing is that when this was happening, the regulators came in and they told the people from the software company, Robinhood, this application, to shut them down. So they didn't allow them to finish their trade. Okay, so it was a very publicized case. Okay, but it was the first time in history, in human history, that, I don't know, 500,000 people were doing the same operation were coordinating the same trading operation to do something. In this case, was shorting stock.
A short squeeze.
Yeah, a short squeeze
were
of
longing.
the stock. Was essentially was the first time in history that happened this, and it stopped after 2 weeks when the regulator came and shut down the application of a company they were using. Okay, that was last year. Okay, so what would happen? Let's say next year, if 500,000 people is entering the same trade, okay, but over Superalgo. Instead of happening during 2 weeks, it may be happening in 2 minutes, okay? And there's nobody to call to shut it down because it's a peer-to-peer network, okay? So the consequences of this is that it's difficult to see what would be the consequences, you know, because it's not an event that happened once in a lifetime, like GameStop. What happens if these people that now is coordinated 500,000 people, 1 million people doing the same thing, almost at the same time? What if they do it once a month, or once a week, or once a day, or maybe once an hour? Imagine the Wall Street bet event happening every minute. It essentially changed how the landscape of how trading works at its core, okay? Because for the first time, huge crowd of people will be able to coordinate themselves in a way that probably today's whales do, okay, or market makers with huge amount of money, okay? So it really could potentially be a game changer, and that is the exciting part of the product, okay? It's not that the user interface might look cool to you or not, maybe you don't like it. It's not that you can run it in multiple machines. It's not that it's free. It's not that people contribute and they get some tokens. This project is about coordinating 1 million people.
But I mean, I don't want to drag this conversation too long out, but you can't trade on the stock with. I mean, there's always the circuit breaker. So if it happens, there's always the circuit breaker on the stock exchange. So if you go there and try to buy stocks and people the same, then the broker or the exchange will just say no. If you do it then on crypto, which you can, you would just destroy the market and nobody would be interested in crypto anymore because you're trying to control the whole market and there's a wall coming. Nobody can rely on anything anymore because there's always this group of people that manipulates it to an extent where it's not fun anymore for anybody, I guess.
Well,